What's up, guys? Welcome to Man Cave Collectible Reviews with all my pals. There's no countdown. Sorry if there was no countdown this time, guys. I'm still struggling with learning how to do live StreamYard stuff. So who needs a countdown, right? Oh, here we go. We got Mr. Syntastic in the house. Right on
What's up,
time.
boys?
There's that smiling face.
There he is. So we'll do our quick introductions here. Most of you guys probably know this group of fellas here. We got Zach Jack Dan.
What's up, guys?
We got JB. We got Mr. Syntastic.
What's up, peeps?
We got Century TMC.
Hey, folks.
And last but not least, the Geek.
Going on, everybody?
All right. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's start with Zach Jack Dan. What's been up in the world of Zach Jack Dan?
I am frustrated. My Thunder tank supposedly left on the 3rd of March, and it's still showing FedEx in California right now. So, But I'm also happy because I got me some Super 7 Silverhawks in.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
cool.
So
Nice.
little negativity and a little positive.
Maybe we can talk about that a little further. JB, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? Short gangsters and tall thugs, or whatever that holophone was. Doing well, guys, and glad to be here. Thanks for always inviting us. I got my Beast Kingdom Jack Nicholson Joker en route from BBTS. So I know I had a lot of negative comments on the Michael Keaton Batman, and I could see why it's not as good as I thought it was. Hopefully, the Joker will turn that around. And we'll see what it looks like. I'll probably do a review on that.
Cool. Mr. Syntastic.
What's up, guys? Everything's well. I haven't even had a chance to open it yet, but the new Mattel Creations 2-pack arrived today of Jake the Snake and Rick Rude. So excited! I got that today, and I was able to, I think a couple days ago, you get the Mezco '89 Batman and went up briefly for sale again.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to grab that. So that was good. Otherwise, all's good.
I'm still trying to figure out on the Mezco Batman. So mine charged like Monday or
Mine charged too.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday night, somewhere in there. But I've got no word on the shipping. I don't know what's going on.
I'm guessing it's not going to be for another week or two.
Well, watch them probably. They knew everybody was getting antsy, so they're like, we'll charge them even though we're still 2 years off. Go ahead and take them. So,
halfway point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the halfway. So what's up, Century? What's going on, bud?
Not much, man. Gearing up for Toylanta. Very excited for that. Last year's show was pretty amazing. I came back from my honeymoon and mini moon and to a basement that has made significant progress. So I'm very excited about that. The electrical work is almost done down there. So we're going to start insulation and sheetrock very soon. So I am super excited for that. And outside of that, got a few vintage pickups in, the Coliseum video stuff that just has started to deliver. I've received that. So yeah, everything all is well.
Hey, share that screen real quick, man.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Look at there.
Yeah, and there's been progress since that picture. So yeah, what you're looking at here is from the ceiling, the droppers, the all of the electrical drops are there. And since then, a couple of temporary lights were put up, including one in the nook back there. The switch panel for the room is in, which would be behind where I'm standing after I took this, or while I took this photo. The whips for the outlets on the floor, those, with the exception of one or two, those are all set. So the electrical piece is very close to complete. And then the next time we'll see the electrician is after the room is finished and he comes in and just rejiggers and replaces some of the wires there. And yeah, so we're definitely getting close. I'd like to think by the time I come down and see you guys in May, I plan to come down in May, the room should be pretty done. I think at that point, it all should be done except for the custom cabinets.
Awesome.
Realistically. So yeah, we're definitely moving along, and I'm very excited for that.
Are they starting those already, Century?
The cabinets?
Yeah.
No, not yet. So my main contractor has been chasing down the cabinet guy to finalize this quote and start ordering materials, because that will definitely take the most lead time to get in all that plywood. So no, that process hasn't started yet, but my guy is trying to just get on the cabinet dude to get that going, because by the time that stuff comes in, it's going to be another, 4 to 8 weeks, probably anyway.
Mhm.
So, but we should know. I should have a number quote for that soon. It's probably going to be between like 10 and 15, to deck out the whole room custom with the way I want it. So
Great.
not too bad. All things considered, that's not that bad. If you go on to Moducate's website or any of these other, some of these other websites, you're paying a huge premium to buy, custom fitted with lighting displays. So for a 700 square foot room to be fully decked out, custom cabinets and all the stuff that I'm doing, that's not, I'll take that all day. But yeah, so that's where it's at.
Cool.
Getting there, man. Be there before you know it.
Yeah. I need to set up all these play sets.
Yeah, man.
So aside from Centuries, anyone else going to Toylanta?
I can't.
Unfortunately, here.
I could go probably. Marsha and I could probably go Sunday. And it's only a 4-hour trip for us, and we've done it down and back to Atlanta before. But if we do, it'd be Sunday. And Central, you guys are Friday, Saturday.
I'm going to be there Friday through Sunday. My buddy Vic, the Marvel Ranger, he's coming on Sunday, so I definitely want to link up with him. So I'm going to look to take a late Sunday night flight out back home, and I'm planning to. I still need to book my flight. Everything else is booked, but I need to book my flight. So I'm probably going to look to take a 3 p.m. plane out of here, local airport, get there around 5:30 into Atlanta, and on Thursday, and then leave late Sunday.
Is anyone else planning on going?
Can't do it this year.
Okay,
Yeah. I was hoping for it, but just wasn't able to happen schedule-wise and everything.
It's a great show, man. It really is. It's a nice blend of modern and vintage. Some pretty heavy vintage stuff. Big Mythic Legions room. If you guys saw last year, if you watched any of the videos, including my own, there's a lot of really, really nice stuff there. It's a significant amount of modern too. So there's something for everyone at that show. It's a nice show.
That's what I would want to go for. Just the Mythics room and everything I saw from your video last year, and all the vintage stuff that's going to be there. Especially those after hours like room meetups that you were showing.
I was about to say that's where the money is, man. There's some crazy stuff in there. Even that I passed on, some really crazy. That's where you'll find like some of the real deep vintage stuff.
Right. That's the best stuff after hours.
Yeah.
Zach, Jack, Dan, and Man Cave, are you guys planning on going to Joe Fest?
When is it?
It would probably be more likely I would go there than back to Heroes.
That's June, I think, Joe Fest, right?
Yeah, Joe Fest is the week before Heroes.
What is that, like June?
Before?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, June 9th, 10th, and 11th, I think it is.
Gotcha.
Before we forget, Man Cave, you want to take that question?
Yeah, so where and when can we pre-order 89 Batman? Thank you, Syntastic, for getting us on track here. So Mezco's website that was waitlisted, and from what I understand, they're starting to pull in the waitlist folks. I'm sure there's been a ton of cancellations of that figure over the last several years. So they're able to start pulling in a waitlist that I'm aware of at Big Bad and Entertainment Earth. It is sold out. The pre-order sold out. Now, that doesn't mean that once it actually hits in stock that there may not be some inventory. So you want to keep your eyes, peeled for that. Because it's probably going to catch some people off guard. People aren't expecting it to pop up. I think a lot of people had given up on it. So, yeah, I would just check with Mezco, and then obviously keep your eyes open at Big Bad and Entertainment Earth for that. So Jersey, you're the last one. What's going on, bud?
Not much. I was iffy on if I was going to be able to show up tonight because I'm at work. If you couldn't figure it out from the radios and the weird rooms, but dedication. So got to be here. And I figured I'd missed last week with you guys, and I missed streaming with you. So I figured I would do my best to come tonight.
There you go. We're glad to have you back.
You were in a car last time, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's so funny about that.
It was
It's
freaky,
not.
man. It was straight
Coming from
freaky.
the two guys that literally film their videos while they're driving. Like,
All right, let's get to the comments over here. We got Comics 1017 with us. Chad Plouffe, I think we've already said hello.
Chad.
AJ, the collecting legend. Marcia, Incognito, who did ask the question already. Mr. Home Alone, Leper Messiah. So super great news today regarding Mezco 89 Batman. He got moved on the wait list. So there you go. That's another there. We got Bill, Jordan Gasly says Toy Atlanta was a very fun show. So Jordan must have been there also.
Yep. I hung out with Jordan last year. What's up, Jordan?
So
Hail and well met, Bill.
Here's a good question from Bill. Mr. Syntastic, are you picking this up? I know, you've had some quick discussion.
I am not. I thought about it, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to go like a deep into the Mondos. I got He-Man. I actually got Baker. I just kind of both of them side by side. I don't need to go any deeper than that.
Gotcha.
Share that screen, man cave.
It is a fantastic looking figure.
It is.
To me, now for me personally, this is the best MOTU Mondo figure yet.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying. You got Skeletor as well?
I don't have Skeletor. I don't like the way the Skeletor looks. If they redo him and maybe do him better next time, I might consider it. But like the one that they released so far, I'm not crazy about.
Gotcha.
So that's why I got the Faker. That kind of takes the place of Skeletor. So,
I will say I don't. The classics version to me has really held the title as best Trapjaw figure. I think this may be the first time I would say a figure takes classics.
Yeah, but we're talking two different levels of figure here.
Well, yeah, we are. However,
it's like comparing a hot toy to a Marvel Legend.
Well, that is exactly what you're doing scale wise.
You are, but price point really ain't that much different anymore. Between
aftermarket,
yeah. So it's.
This was what, 250, 230,
I think.
230, yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I figure I'm gonna wait for. It is gonna be. I heard there's new crowdfunding coming out soon for WWE. And there's probably going to be a new HasLab soon. So
yeah, 2023 is stacking up to be an expensive year.
Yeah, we were talking about that already.
For folk. Got a question here. Anyone going to New Jersey Collectors Con? So
I am. That's 20 minutes from me. That's one I'm definitely planning on hitting.
When's that?
That's on April 1st in Cherry Hill. So it's right down the India.
Will you be setting up at that geek, or are you just going?
Nah, just gonna go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just gonna go.
Big shout out to Thor Golden Cub, $2 for.
You gotta split that with all of us now, man cave.
That's right. Exactly.
Anyone says that you don't get paid on YouTube has no idea what they're talking about.
Come on, man! I gotta raise funding to get down there in May. I need that $2.
That's right.
That could be true.
Thank you so much, Thor. That is very generous of you. We are very grateful and appreciative.
Thanks, Thor. This Trapjaw reminds me a lot of the this. Like I would say, it's even on par with the Tweeterhead. That's a statue though, and that's also fifth scale.
It looks really nice.
It looks a lot like, I think, art-wise, concept-wise, it's very on par with the fifth scale Tweeterhead statue.
And no doubt, it looks incredible.
Yeah,
but
our buddy Mega J Retro, I just watched one of his recent videos. I think Mondo reached out to him.
Yeah, he's doing a giveaway of one.
And he's doing a giveaway on this right here.
He is.
Check that out. Yeah.
Yep. Is anyone collecting Micro Galaxy Squadron?
I just have the one TIE fighter. That's about it. Just because of TIE. Other than that, I'm not planning on getting any more of them.
I have a few, but they're the chases. And that's, if I see the chase in it.
Case or two?
Yeah, I actually, the best one I have is the Sabine Wren TIE chase. That's phenomenal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one I have is the one that JB sent me.
Does have any TIE want to sell that or chases by chance?
Oh, man.
We don't need it. Come on.
All right, so I'm gonna drop this in here, guys. In the comments, we do try to get every question that we can. We probably won't be able to obviously address every comment that comes through, but if you shoot a question in the comments, we're going to try to grab those
This is a good one, though.
Yeah, here's another one. This is nothing I know about. So maybe one of you guys geek, if you already know something about it, you can take this. What do you guys think about Funko offloading millions of pops into a landfill for tax reasons?
So I haven't looked too deep into it, but I did hear that they're doing this. I thought it was a joke at first, but no, I've seen
Atari did it 40 years ago with ET. So.
Yeah, they did, and they unearthed all them too in that documentary. So who knows what's going to happen with this?
Yeah, it was like an urban legend for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was reading something on that a few days ago. So they've found that literally discarding $30+ million worth of overstock at this point, inventory, it's worth more to just dump it than to keep it.
Yeah, because you get like a massive tax break.
And it's right. And so yeah, I mean, like if you look at their stock plummeted, you know, and sales aren't doing well. You know, first it was Hasbro reporting terrible numbers, and now you see this. And something I think we've talked about on this stream recently. I know it's something I've mentioned too. You have a lot of these. I think I mentioned it on our last stream. A lot of these toy companies are now trying to up the quantity number for stores to buy, because they're hurting, and a lot of these stores are pushing back and saying, well, you know, I couldn't sell the last number that we agreed upon. Why would I increase that number? So I think with Funko, it's just, you know, you have a lot of stuff that just hasn't sold, and it's at this point, it just makes more sense to part ways with it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Chris and Heather from the Gasselcast, they talked about this, and I think not just taxes, but storage itself for these non-selling common pops was just, you know, quadruple or 5 times as much as that 30 million that they dumped. So
it's on a very smaller scale, the stuff that, you know, folks run into, collectors run into, right? Storage, you know, having a storage unit, paying for when does that become, you know, completely uneconomical for you? And when does it just not make sense to have it? When does it make more sense to just dump it one way or another, get rid of the monthly fee, get rid of the monthly cost?
Right.
You know, that space costs money. So it's like on a much grander scale. I think that's pretty much what
I think they said they were in 100 millions more. So 30 to, you know, to save that 100+ million.
I think there was some number crazy. Like 246 million or something.
It was like crazy. Yeah.
That's wow. All right, good question there. Good discussion
good question
on that.
I actually wanted to bring that up, so that was a great question.
There you go. We already hit it. We got a TF Source MP57 Skyfire on his way. Does that mean, Mr. Fantastic, is yours on the way? Because you ordered this guy, right?
I did, from Entertainment Earth. I didn't have a chance today to see if I got any shipping notifications, but it was supposed to be around now, so I imagine it's probably coming soon.
Gotcha. Wish y'all made collection tours, current state collection room tours. We do all need, especially I've never done this. This is a good comment right here.
We're half and half. Half of us have, half of us hadn't.
Yeah. Obviously, Century will have him coming in the near future. I don't know, JB, you've done.
I did one at the end of the year.
At the end of the year.
Yeah.
Geek. Never done one either. So me and Geek have never done one. We got. I'm in the process
of cleaning my room out together.
Well, I actually did a pseudo one of your room.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I think we've done more of man caves than
I've done of myself. Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic was complete with yours truly in that video too, in that little tour.
That was a great. It was a great time.
We're gonna have an even better time in May.
I've had people ask me for updated room tours. I'm like, I did one just like a year ago. I mean,
nothing really changed much, did it? Fantastic.
I mean, it hasn't. It's definitely some things have changed, but I have a couple projects that I want to work on down here before I do it.
Yeah.
You've only added like 400 or 500 additional figures since your last room tour, so not much has changed.
Oh, yeah. I actually, it's too hard to explain. I have some ideas as to how to change or create some space. So let's see.
Got Damien dropping in to say hello, actually on holiday, so good excuse to be up late. Cheers all. Damien, a longtime supporter of our live streams. Actually, back in the day when we used to do live streams, me and Zach Dan and Zach Legend, Zach Dan's son. So Damien's been around for a while. Chad Plouffe
safe,
got
Damien. Thanks for
a question. Now, this kind of leads into something me and Dan had already talked about discussing, so we'll just lead right on into it. What's the bet on what the HasLab will be? So let's hear from everybody. Zach, Jack, Dan, what are your thoughts?
Well, since it's going to be Avengers, I mean, you got to think, it'll be Avengers based, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
60th anniversary. Let me see. They already showed this big guy off right here, but I want to go the other way. These are the three I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking Giant Man, Quinjet, and Fin Fang Foom.
Strong. Any of those three are very solid.
But again, with the price that they showed us on that Ghost Rider, if they go up on prices again compared to what they did with the Galactus and the Sentinel, I think they'll crash again, and that just won't get funded.
What do you want it to be?
I'd rather it be the Quinjet.
Okay. So would you be in on the Quinjet? And what's your price point cutoff?
My price point cutoff would be like $400.
Okay. So $399, you're in.
Yep.
On the Quinjet. All right. What about JB? What are you thinking?
Quinjet is logical. It's in there. I'm thinking like Giant Man. You're looking at, they've done 2 giant figures, so I don't think it would be that much of a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping for the Fin Fang Foom. Just that thing would just be awesome to have in a collection.
I agree.
Knowing that the ones previous to it, this would just be great.
The Fin Fang Foom idea, you could pull that over into a Mythic Legions collection, D&D. I mean, you could probably use that in multiple collections, not just Marvel.
All right, so let me ask this question, Century, since you're into the Mythic and everything, wanting a big dragon like that. This version, with him not having any kind of shorts on, I could see. But like, I always had a problem with this version right here because I would have rather him had his purple shorts on.
I prefer this version personally.
Right.
I prefer.
So if it had purple shorts, you wouldn't want it for your Mythic.
Well, so I would take either one because I love this figure. I love this creature, and I would put this with my Marvel display. I mean, this, even with like my vintage display, just put him in the. I would honestly put him as a standalone piece in the first part of my room. Literally, just I would absolutely go in on that, and I'd probably be silly about whatever the price point would be, for it.
That's a centerpiece type of piece.
It is. Yeah. It is. And I really like. I would love the. It's going to obviously be huge. And I do prefer this version over the pants, over the shorts. So
yeah, Jersey, what's your prediction, bud?
I think that Fin Fang Foom, like you guys, I think that would make a sick project. To be quite honest, I mean, just when you think about the sheer size of how big that thing really could be, that would be a huge piece for like a centerpiece or wherever you put it. But I have a feeling if that is what they're gonna do, though, with the amount of like detail, you'd probably be paying like maybe $450, $500 maybe.
What I'm thinking. I'm thinking
I could be wrong. I mean, it just seems like it'd be like a high end piece like that to that level.
I'm thinking definitely more expensive than Galactus, and
definitely.
You could be looking at that $499 price point, maybe somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to be the size of Galactus? How big is he going to be? Would he be?
He should be as big, right? At least as big.
I make him bigger, honestly.
Oh gosh,
make me huge.
Yeah.
Looking at
he's a big alien, man. Like that.
Yeah.
That's you. That guy should be go for the gold. Go for
45 inches. 45.
Let's think about this. Wow. Let's think about this. With both Galactus and Sentinel, they had electronics in them too, which has got to go up on the price for that to win.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you want like a flame mouth, I feel like this doesn't need electronics in it at least. So hopefully that would take the price down some.
But
keep the price as is and make them bigger.
Yeah. Don't you guys feel like Hasbro is dead set on putting electronics in these HasLabs for some reason? I mean, have we gotten one that doesn't have electronics yet? What HasLab has not had battery operated something?
I don't think that the Cell Barge did.
No, but that thing was huge, though.
That I'm not sure. Chad can opine on that.
Yeah, somebody in the comments, let us know, has HasLab done a HasLab that did not need batteries?
Razor Crest.
Razor Crest and the Cell Barge, I don't believe they did.
Okay.
I don't know about the Transformers.
Sky Striker
didn't either, yeah.
Star Striker. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, and you know the Star Saber may not have either. I'm not sure.
So are these like it's going to be one of these three? Or
no. This is Jack Dan's predictions. This is his top 3 predictions here. So what would you predict, Mr. Fantastic?
I mean, this is probably wishful thinking, but how about a helicarrier?
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it put it on the same scale as like the sail barge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards something, similar to that as far as like grand scale. It's like,
I mean, they've already because they've already done like figures or maybe do something big like that.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. We really don't get vehicles. We really don't get play sets, which is why I would hope for an Avengers Mansion.
Oh cool. Gosh, yes.
The Sanctum Sanctorum.
A diorama, that'd be awesome.
Give me some,
What about like the top
Midtown New York,
like maybe like the top level of Avengers Tower, something.
Yeah, or something like that. We don't get play sets anymore, man. So if it's going to be a HasLab and you can't put it in retail stores, might as well either make a 10-foot Fing Fang Foom or give me an Avengers Mansion. Give me some real estate.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Go worth your while on your money.
I mean, if they did a helicarrier, I mean, I'd be in at I don't care $700, whatever.
We're talking 6-inch scale, so we're.
Yep.
I mean, that thing would be the size of at least the sail barge.
Yeah, the sail barge is enormous, though. The sail barge, right, is all.
I mean, they would probably make it that size.
For a helicarrier, we would be talking bigger than the flag.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we for 6-inch. It would be. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be cool to have it. I'm just saying it would be. Like you put it in your garage floor type thing. So it would be.
If it opens up, I could use it as a casket someday.
I was going to say you would just park it beside the DeLorean and the '89 Batmobile.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So here's a good point right here, guys. With it being Avengers based, would we consider the helicarrier as Avengers or Shield?
That's true. That it would be more Shield, right?
It would be more Shield, but I mean, Avengers are obviously tied to Shield. So
yeah.
There's a lot of overlap anyway with all this stuff. Someone mentioned Mole Man. That would be cool too.
The
Mole Monster,
the Mole Monster would be awesome.
Well, the Mole Monster. Yeah.
And then obviously one of the tiers would be Mole Man.
Well, I was going to say Mole Man would be very cool. He doesn't need to be a HasLab, but that would be great to get one of them. Yeah. One of him.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Okay, hey, that's a great question though, Man Cave. You just mentioned right there.
What's that?
The fact that if we did do Fin Fang Foom, what kind of tiers would we have? Or Giant Man, what kind of tiers would we have? That kind of stuff. But we'll get on that for another day.
Yeah. Do we have we want to move on here, but do we have a date of when the HasLab announcement's going to come? Is that
no? Okay,
we have no idea. Okay. All right, so we're going to keep moving here. Damien saying Trapjaw looks nice, but I'm awaiting patiently for a Whiplash. Just got a Chad Plouffe picked up a Bo-Katan fighter. Let's see. Let's keep moving here. I really like Chapjaw. The bad.
Hey, toilet seat. You mentioned, did anybody get their Silverhawks? How about that one?
There you go.
I did get a couple of the Joe classifieds.
Oh, you got the classifieds, or you talking about you ordered them,
or the ultimate?
Not the classifieds. The Super 7. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
How many did you get?
Well, I had the Cobra Commander and the Cobra Trooper there.
I think those look really good, actually.
Yeah.
You mean the bat?
No, the troop. The one that came out like a while ago. Was it? I thought it was just the Trooper. I don't even remember. I haven't looked at it.
That's probably the bat. Yeah. They had a bat come out.
One was a bat and the bat, Snake Eyes.
Because I got a notification that another Duke just shipped. So
yeah,
was it Destro?
No, Destro's not till June.
No, it's Duke, Snake Eyes, Bat, and Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Needless has that, right? Yeah.
They look good.
They look amazing.
Yeah, they look really good. The
Cobra Commander looks stunning.
Yeah, he does. What do you guys think about them dumping versus recycling? I think this is going back to our Funko Pop.
David, what's up, man? Dark Collectibles.
Yeah.
Nice.
Take this one, Century. Take this one real quick. What do you think?
Yeah, I think wasn't there also recently like a train derailment that released all the I think similar chemicals to the stuff in PVC into like the environment and the
Think so.
waterways recently, right? It was something similar, or the whatever that was, and now you got that's a good point. I honestly didn't think about that. I mean, recycling, always better to recycle. But
I mean, imagine all that
true.
plastic, right? That is crazy. They could have just gone and remelted it down, and instead of dumping it like that, just melt it back down.
Yeah, and I wonder if there are any tax break differences from like recycling. Like it's like going to Goodwill and writing it off as opposed to just like bombing the environment with this stuff.
Right.
So
right.
that's a great question.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. Keep on moving here. Zach Jack Dan looks like Matt Bomber.
He does. I've said that.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Mr. Fantastic crowdfund. Can we get barbershop with us leather jacket HBK?
Wow. That would be cool.
That
would be amazing. I mean, that would definitely obviously it's got to be some kind of play set.
You need a Genetti too to get kicked.
Yeah, you got to get a Margie.
I mean, that could be one of the that could be the tiers.
Yeah.
That would work.
That would be cool.
That'd be sick with a broken glass.
Brutus the Barber, HBK, Genetti.
Give us that in Coliseum.
Yep.
Yeah, or what about a Piper's Pit?
Yeah, I mean, there's all the
so many.
So many.
I want a Brother Love.
Got a little shout out here to the collections of Zach Jack Dan and JB. So good job, you two guys, on the displays behind you.
I like yours too, Man Cave. Your display looks good too.
I need to do stuff. Mine's a mess, dude. It's just a tough. I mean, look up here. I got LeBron James beside a moose. I mean, let's be real right now. This is not the way it should look.
I can tell you where to put that LeBron James though. I got the perfect spot for that.
I bet you could.
Where's that trash bin behind you? Where is that thing?
All right. Is it difficult being awesome, or does it just come naturally for each of you? We'll start with Mr. Fantastic, as he is the most awesome of all of us.
It definitely comes natural.
Okay. So that you don't have to get
absolutely. It's the sexual charisma that just.
I do have to say a little story about my origin of my YouTube. Mr. Man Cave and his wife made fun of my first videos so hard.
That's true.
So it was definitely not natural at the beginning.
Is there
Daniel? They still make fun of it. Don't worry.
Is there any way we could get that video, just like the first 30 seconds, up for this live stream?
Probably not. It won't. The sound won't come across.
Oh, the sound won't come across. And without the sound, it's not nearly what it should be.
They can go watch it. It's still on the YouTube channel. They can go watch it.
Guys, by the next live stream, we'll try to figure out a way to share Zach Jack Dan's first YouTube video on the next live stream. Can we commit to that, Zach Jack Dan?
I can do that.
All right, we're going to commit. Trust me, you will want to be here for that one. I promise.
I think I'm going to pull a little bit of everybody's though, because I'm not just going to make fun of myself. I'm going to have to make fun of everybody.
We can make fun of everybody, but I just don't see anybody matching that one.
Dude, I'll give you my original videos if you want something that's cringeworthy, okay? Yeah.
I mean, some of my original videos public again. So
hey, we have all come a long ways. I think it's safe to say that.
I think I've gotten more comfortable doing this as opposed to like even before I even had my channel. Like when I was on other channels, I was very nervous and like very reserved. Now I feel like it's been like more of a natural transition now.
I literally couldn't look at the camera without my eyes just being bugging out originally. So
you look terrified every time.
It was so bad.
I thought it was just the ring light too close to your face.
All right here. The comic store Mr. Fantastic visited a short time ago was freaking amazing. Those omnibuses were beautiful. Any tips for an amazing omnibus non-Marvel guys?
Yeah. Don't buy from comic book stores.
Yeah,
because they charge you the full freight.
The full freight. Yep.
Amazon always has great deals on omnibuses.
Yep.
You put in a random search in Amazon for omnibus.
I think he's asking though, what should he read for an omnibus?
Yeah, Invincible
for non-Marvel. Oh, there's so much good DC stuff.
Yeah,
Invincible was great. Blackest Night's great.
Yeah. With the Flash coming out, Flashpoint is an amazing story.
Yep.
Just so much good stuff. Anything Grant Morrison, Batman.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot
Robert
of good
Kirkman,
stuff.
really good. So you got Invincible and you got the Walking Dead. Those are amazing.
Yeah. There's no like actual omnibus really for like a nice hardcover one for Walking Dead, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they just put them out in like large trades, but not an actual like omnibus.
I've got all 4 of them, and they're just so cheaply met. Like they're just soft.
Yeah, I like the ones with the nice hard covers.
Agreed. I have a lot of omnibuses in hardcover, but the Walking Dead might be the only ones I have that are soft.
Because they never released them. Yeah. I wish they would do Saga in a nice hardcover omnibus.
Yeah. We need a re-release of the Spawn hardcovers.
I know
those things are so expensive.
Mm-hmm. They released in Compodiums, but
it's soft cover too. I got the first one, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the rest of these on Comixology because they're just soft cover. They don't look cool. I don't. This is a good point here. Remember how good both MOTCU Granny Mirrors turned out nearly a decade ago? Those did look good, and they go for crazy prices as well. I think with the rising cost of toys, the HasLab will now have ascended to a price point I can't afford anymore. And I don't think you're going to be the only one on that, Thor. I think even folks that me and Sentry have had this discussion a lot. A lot of times it ain't even about what you can afford and can't afford. It's just being smart with your money, and drawing a line in the sand with these companies that we're not going to pay ridiculous prices for.
I mean, that's the thing with like the Ghost Rider. Like, it's not that was crazy expensive, but you're not getting a lot of bang for your buck there.
Right.
And the choice, you're not going to give it. If the offering was Johnny Blaze for me on his bike, then, well, I would gladly say, I'm going to be stupid. Here you go.
Johnny Blaze would have funded.
That's for me. Yeah, right. I mean,
Johnny
I don't get it.
Yeah. Flame Master G, what's up, peeps?
What's up,
this
G?
Is our favorite,
man.
Our favorite grill
Flame
master
right
here.
Man.
He's the only one.
Listen, he's the reason I'm going to be coming back to North Carolina, not because of you jokers.
It's fantastic. Come on, I'm right there with him, man. Brisket all day. Brisket sandwiches, brioche bun. Let's do it.
Toilet seat here. I think he's referring back to Fang Fang Foom, and this is right. I would just be fine with plastic fire flame effects. No light up needed. Let it be like light piping per se. Just people do cooler stuff with toy photography. They don't need the LEDs.
Well, the Bowser, it has that smoke effect, right?
Oh, it does. Yeah,
it does. That's pretty cool, actually. What they did.
Yeah, very cool.
That Bowser's really cool.
A little bit of light up as well, right?
Yep.
Yes,
absolutely.
Lights up and has the smoke. Yeah.
Very
that
cool.
thing is awesome. That thing is so awesome.
Yeah.
I got it somewhere here.
Oh, you picked it up?
Yep.
All right, so let's here's another topic of discussion we were going to discuss tonight. Let's get right into it. Right? Ron, just hold yourself together. Hold yourself together here.
I'm good.
Oh, that's all. That is such a fantastic looking figure right there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can bring old Zach Jack Dan in a little closer here and give him the solo layout.
Oh yeah.
Look how deep this thing is.
Really
Man.
well done.
It's huge.
We need a Donkey Kong, man. He's in the movie, so
yes,
dude.
Well,
they said this is just wave one, so
yeah. Donkey Kong's coming.
Give us a Don. I just want the big boys. I
want
Yoshi. One of the coolest things about the Mario and Luigi are their eyes. I don't know if y'all seen the pictures of the close-ups of their eyes.
See, I don't like that. I don't like them.
Oh, you don't like the eyes?
No, they freak me out.
Yeah, I can see. I can see that. I can see that. All right, so let's. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this because there's these rumors going around about Toybiz being back. There's an Instagram page out there. They're laying out these plans about what's going to happen. Big news for the next few days. We'll be posting pictures and videos related to the big news that we as Toybiz prepared. You legendary fans, stay tuned and look out for clues. So they're saying they're coming back with these 62 points of articulation figures, which I think look awful.
Mm-hmm.
Even
That's
if this is real, if this is real, this looks like Toybiz's figures from like the late 90s and early 2000s, right? The original Marvel Legends.
There's literally nothing about this body that looks real except for maybe the hands, and they still look kind of creepy.
What's going on with the hips? Didn't we get away from the ball hips?
Yep.
That's just overkill. Just
Ron, let loose. What's happening, man? I know you got it pent up in you right now.
I'm not going to say much here. Look,
Hulk out on it right now.
Hulk smash.
All I'm going to say is some rich UK guy buying the Toybiz name, allegedly or whatever, to me. You do a disservice to I leave Toybiz alone. You know, that company went through, I feel like, the ringer from 1988 or whenever it was, Sharon Toy, Canadian-based company, you know, to going through its thing with Marvel, buying a part of it, becoming a subsidiary of it, losing the Marvel Toys license to it in 2000. Let it to Hasbro. Just let it go. Let it go. To me, the reason that I just get so hot about this stuff is because, you know, and I get it from a business perspective. It's a popular toy name. It's a way to promote, you know, your new business. And it's Toybiz. This isn't Toybiz. These aren't 5-inch simple figures painted. This is insanity, is what it is. So just name it something. Name it Insanity Toys. Super flexible toys. The Toybiz stuff, I personally don't like. It's like unethical to me to cash in on, you know, on like misplaced nostalgia is what I would call it. And for someone that hasn't been collecting for a while, whatever, there's Toybiz, and they just think it's like I don't know. You're misrepresenting to me. And this isn't like, to me, Toybiz 2023. I guess technically maybe it will be based on the name alone, but when I look at this, I don't know what this is. It's not.
Well, it's like the starting lineups. I mean, what do the new starting lineups have anything to do with the old ones? Absolutely nothing.
Right. That's a preference. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like that.
Would anyone be in on Legendary Comic Book Heroes should they return through Toybiz? If, let's just say, me personally, I almost think this is an April Fool's joke. I can't. I really like. I'm really expecting like this billionaire that bought this to like come out and be like, "Yeah, I got y'all," you know, and this was just a big fun joke for him. But let's just say this is a real thing. Let's say the guy really is wanting to make figures. He starts Legendary Comic Book Heroes. Anybody have any interest in that?
Just leave it alone. You have so many comic book figures between, you know, Marvel Legends and, you know, McFarlane doing his stuff with DC, not to mention all the other companies that are like Mezco, Mayfix. We don't need any more comic book figures. You know, it's all been done.
Is Hulk going to be able to wrap his ankle around the back of his head? If so, I'm out. No matter what you call it, I'm out. Yoga Hulk, I'm out. We've already made Hulk look like a dope in the MCU. So don't even get me started.
Is that a Warrior 2, Warrior 3?
So I'm gonna Zach Jack Dan kind of wrap this up for us, because you were a big Toybiz Marvel Legend collector. You had a ton of them. You've since sold a lot of those off, I believe, here recently.
And that kind of takes me back to Century's statement about it. You know, Toybiz in his mind being the 5-inch. You know, I didn't start collecting the Toybiz until we got to the 6-inch. So that's my Toybiz is that. And I honestly, no offense to you guys that do still like that old vintage stuff, I didn't like that 5-inch scale stuff, 4-inch scale stuff, you know. Once they jumped to the 6-inch, I was like, okay, now these are cool. I can get into this. When you talk about Legendary Comic Book Heroes, one of your favorite figures that you have in your room, Pitt, build a figure. Yeah. I mean, you know, if they start coming out with stuff like that, build a figures again with, you know, comic book heroes that we have not ever seen, similar to that, instead of continually getting Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Man figures, getting something new we've never seen. Yeah. I could see it being big. Yeah. But not only are they doing that, they're also saying they're going to do movie icons. So when you think about your movies out there that we have never seen any kind of action figures for, we were talking about Running Man a while back on one of our streams. So imagine them doing some Running Man for Arnold or any of these other movies we've never touched.
Beastmaster.
The one thing I'll ask you, ZJD, with Toybiz Legends, which are great. I mean, I love them too. Do you think that what we've seen thus far with whatever this is that reminiscent to you of right?
Nope.
Right, exactly.
Those figures are ugly.
Right. That's exactly what I mean though. It doesn't represent Toybiz during any time, during any era.
Yep.
Yeah. So back to Century's statement. Great, we get a new toy company. Just call yourself something else and leave history alone. Maybe take that path. I don't know. It will be interesting to see what happens here. I'm still not convinced this is a real thing. There's definitely a part of me that thinks this is like an episode of Punk'd, and at some point it's all going to come out. And so I don't know. All right, so we'll move on from there. We'll continue in our comments here. Let's see here. Did anyone get the Super 7 Silver Hawks? Zach Jack Dan's already shown his. Mine are in Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot right now. They just haven't shipped. But while we're on the subject of Super 7, here we go, guys. What do we think of the Rat King? I don't know about the hair on Rat King.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Awful.
Yeah.
The body, the look of him is good for me, but is
Really?
that the way the hair looked?
That
on
whole
the
face,
original
that's got to
figure?
go. That's got to be redone.
This is supposed to be based off of the Playmates
toys.
5.5-inch toys,
Yeah.
and that doesn't look
far
like
from-
Rat King at all. Playmates Rat King at all.
It's
I mean,
almost
it's
like,
a modern adaptation of it. I don't know why they did that, but
I mean, that looks more like the NECA cartoon Rat King.
yeah, right, exactly. Modernized.
It's almost like they didn't like maybe they didn't get the rights to him. They didn't get the Playmates rights, so they
Could be. That's a good point.
Had
I don't
to-
know. That would be weird. Yeah,
that
maybe.
would be weird.
It's
But
very, very strange.
I'm still probably getting it. I'll get these two. The other two that were in this wave here, I wasn't super interested in. But these two I probably will pick up. The Ninja April, I have no tie to that one. I
It was a
don't.
bad wave, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then
So, like when you look back at the Rat King here, and when you look at the Playmates, let me see if I can get this over here. Man.
Fellas, I gotta head out real quick. I'll jump back on if I get back enough time. All right.
also
Be
you,
safe.
just
Gotta
let
be
me know,
safe.
bud.
Red jersey,
I'm
go
getting
save
back
some
in.
lives.
I'll try. I don't want to. I'm ready to know.
Be safe,
mean-
buddy.
I'll see
Guys,
you.
our original, he was bald, was he not?
Yeah, he had bald spots. Yeah.
Like
I think it was bald spots is what it is. It's not.
He had
not
bald
full
spots
bald.
and he had red eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was, dude. He's demented looking here. He's
Yeah.
like a runway model in the
Yeah.
Ultimates version. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't know what's.
Very strange.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. That you're right.
He's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, he is, dude. He's way too pretty. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Pretty
know what's
king.
going on there.
Yeah.
Handsome king.
Yeah, I'm actually happy with this wave because I literally, and again, we're talking about the one figure that I'm going to buy in it. He's not great, but
It looks like Zach Jack Dan with red hair. Well, we don't need a good-looking Rat King. Get this junk out of here, man. We get to see him every month on this. We don't need. Come on.
Yeah. Now I will tell you what I do like out of this here. I do like that battle damage Casey Jones head. Now
that's pretty cool right there. Yeah.
That is just a cool looking head with the jacked up face mask. That is cool looking.
Just
But
give
very
me a pen so I
interesting.
can put it in my other Casey Jones.
Very interesting that we have Mirage.
Yeah, that's a random thing. But Casey does look good. I agree with what Comics just said too about. I can understand that. I think that's fair. Like it's just not even just about the Rat King head. It's literally head to toe.
Yeah. Real quick question here, probably already mentioned, but when are we going to get Snake Men? Anybody want to grab that real quick?
It's already out. Are you talking about Mojo
Mojo?
Origin Snake Man? Yeah, that's out, right?
Not.
don't
I
need-
mean, in stores, it's been. I think sparingly, folks have found like King Hiss that I've seen at least. But I mean, we're like at least 3 waves behind in big box with
Yeah,
that.
big box. Yeah, because Needless had the whole wave. I found it a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna start ordering that stuff off BBTS at this point. I'm not.
yeah, I wouldn't wait for because Marsha and I we're at Target, the past couple nights, and it's the same stuff over and over. I mean, we all of us know that same
Century.
stuff.
Man, I'm already the room isn't even built and it's being overtaken by shippers. Great question. And what's up, JT? I would, and this is a perfect segue. I am waiting on two things. One, a TMNT adaptation that I care for, and then hopefully that lends way to a cool looking shipper. So I would love to find, I would love for there to be a TMNT shipper out. I mean, maybe even with this stuff, if it's cool enough, I don't know. I would love to find a team, but there's nothing specific. No.
Cool. All right, Dark Collectibles, another good question here. Who jumped into the month-long NECA Haulathon madness, and what do you guys think about companies putting so much merch all at once? So, Syntastic, lead us off with this one.
I mean, I think they're putting out too much. I mean, you got to be kind of insane to just grab it all. For completionists, has to be a nightmare. I grabbed like 3 pieces. I grabbed the Bebop and Rocksteady, the Clone Shredder, and the Usagi Yojimbo, and that was enough for me. The rest of it, it's like, come on, guys, spread this out a little.
Yeah, I fully agree. I feel like we have these massive lulls, and then just like
right, and then they just drop everything. And then it's gone, and then we got nothing for 6 months.
Yeah, me and Dan were talking about it. It's like if you went in and picked up everything that they had, it's like $700+
Yeah,
to walk in there and get all the things. I'm like, spread that out over 3 months.
It's like 13 releases all at once.
It is,
and a lot of them are two. I mean, how many 2-packs were there? Like 5.
A lot.
Yeah. With the jacked up, what are they, like $65 a pop now, right?
Yeah.
Those 2-packs.
Yeah. 65 a pop.
I like that list and that message that someone sent. I need this.
Let me tell you, this right here, though.
Yeah, man. Zog.
I still have not seen another one of those.
Man, let me tell y'all this.
I haven't seen him yet.
This guy, he's huge. He is heavy. Like, this box is just a heavy chunk of plastic right here. I love this, but it's $50. And I mean, there's no accessories outside it. Well, I guess there are a few accessories. There's a knife, a knife, 2 grenades, and there's a smoke grenade, 2 grenades, and a knife. I swear I thought there was a gun in there somewhere, but I could be wrong. A couple extra hands. It's $50.
You should have a gun on him. You should have a little blaster on him.
It may be in there somewhere. It's just not real evident. But all right, so let's keep moving here. Let's see. You all seem very comfy now. We'd be even more comfy if we had some
comfort food.
Some comfort, man. Some barbecue or
some slaw. Some beans. Oh yeah.
Let's see. We'll keep moving here. Need to re-release McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man. It goes for ridiculous prices.
There is a question for you on here, Century. Has being married now stifled your collecting? Congrats, buddy.
Thank you. And nothing has changed. I can happily report. After being married, my wife is fully supportive of the hobby and what I'm doing and respectful of it. So I just make sure I'm respectful of her, and it's all good.
And that's the thing. I think this applies to all of us. Like, we all have significant others that are supportive of our hobbies. Like, I don't see how, like, given how all of us are so passionate and just into these hobbies, I don't see how we could ever be with somebody that wasn't supportive of it. You know what I mean?
Right, because it's going to just be a massive problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Massive problem.
If it's like, see, your toys are me, it's like, here's the door.
Man, that's horrible. I'd be getting rid of the toys there, buddy.
Yeah, there's a haulathon. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Marshall, I'm kidding.
G-Force and a meat. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
What's up, Amit? I met him at your wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
Good dude.
Yeah.
Now, Century, you were mentioning if you had a good turtle. So you're saying when you look at this, you don't see good turtles?
I actually, well, I'll say this. I think Playmates, what they're doing with this concept, the concept may not be for me. The movie, I'm going to see the movie. It may not be my cup of tea necessarily, like the art direction, the art concept of it. But I do think that Playmates, from what we've seen with these releases the past few days, the play sets, the vehicles, the pizza shooting party wagon looks awesome. It almost, the motorcycle that for Raph and Leo, which is very reminiscent of I feel like the 2007 Stunt Riders. This playset is very
That
reminiscent
playset
of the
looks amazing.
2012 playset.
Yeah.
But better. I think this, and I love the giant size turtles look great. I actually really like the Ninja Shout, the talking turtles. I like those the most. So I think the toys look great. I just, as long as Mikey doesn't actually have braces in the toys, like I just think the turtles for me are a little too young in this concept. For me personally, like I get why it's being done. I totally get that, but
they seem like they're 10-year-olds.
Right. And they're supposed to be, I get it, they're supposed to be teenagers, but teenagers range from 13 to 19. These guys I think are barely 13 from what we're seeing. And so again, I think it just comes down to preference. I think these toys though, based on everything what I just mentioned, I think they all look great.
Yeah.
That play set looks amazing. And I'm looking at it because I'm not a TMNT guy. I'm looking at it just for me to do other things with, like photography and stuff.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, it's kind
I'd
of
love to have that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's what I want to play set with a porta john.
The 2012 playset was big, and this thing just completely.
That 2012 playset's probably the best one they ever did.
Well, I think I think this one. I mean, this one looks crazy. Pretty cool stuff.
I
really
kind of like the look of the new movie. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I like that it has almost like the Spider-Verse type of animation.
Very Spider-Verse inspired.
I agree. So my hope with the movie, I wasn't real big on their voices, and nothing against those voice actors. I think it's just so young. Like the moment when Donnie gets the sign in his thigh and he screams, I'm just like, that sounds like my kids when they were 5 years old. Like it was just that little and that young. But my hope is they're building a franchise. I hope they're building almost like we saw with Stranger Things, how we've watched those kids grow up, and now they're like not quite young adults, but they're older teenagers and moving into that young adult stage of their life. I'm hoping we get that with this. I hope they stick with it. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but no Shredder whatsoever. So you would have to imagine maybe they're going to do like a lead up to Shredder, almost like MCU did with Thanos. So if they go that route and we get to watch the turtles grow up, that would kind of be the first time we'd see something like that. We've never watched the turtles grow and age, and there's never been anything like that, because when the cartoons come out, they stayed the same. They never grew up or aged with any of the different versions of cartoons we've had. So it would be cool to see them almost like continue their mutation, I guess, would be the.
If there's no Shredder, who do you think's the villain of the movie?
Of this movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just almost like an origin story, and it's just a ton of villains while moving into. You think if you go look at the cast, Bebop, Rocksteady. There's a lot of villains. Baxter. Baxter could be a major villain. He could be the villain, in fact. There's a Superfly, I think, is voiced by Ice Cube, if I'm correct.
Yep. Ice Cube is. Yep.
So Superfly could be Baxter's, like, who he created, and it's kind of a play on Baxter Stockman the Fly, and then you got Baxter Stockman the scientist. So maybe the scientist creates a whole different being, which is the Superfly, and that's kind of the main baddie. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where we go, but I believe it's going to be a lead up to Shredder, and maybe we'll watch the turtles age and grow. And if that happens, I think this could be a phenomenal start to a franchise.
It could be. I think specifically this is definitely not targeted to us or for us for sure. But I think for what it's worth, like I said, for what it's worth, I think Playmates looks like they're doing a great job with this, but it's just, I'll speak for myself. It's definitely not for me, but the toys look good for what it's worth, I think.
And as you said, they're not targeting us. I think they probably hope that we will enjoy it. And my guess is there's going to be some throwback to our generation. Like, for example, when was the last time you saw the turtles with their the first letter of their names on their belts? That's a throwback to us. if you look at the first of the trailer, you hear a cinematic version of the original TMNT song at the beginning of the trailer.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to have things in there that we're going to recognize, as generations old fans of the series. But like you said, the target audience is going to be that 7 to 13-year-old, kid.
And that's okay. Actually, there's something that David Dark Collectibles, my buddy, friend of the channel, all the channels here, he mentioned something earlier today when we were chatting about this. If you have children and you grew up a TMNT fan, this is an opportunity to engage your children and introduce them into the TMNT franchise, and it's a way to keep the TMNT franchise going to something, and then further to your point, Man Cave, something that could develop and evolve into something bigger, something greater, where maybe it does point to us and look towards us more strongly than it is here with this. So I thought that was that's something that I thought that was a good thought and makes a lot of sense, and for anyone with kids. And so when I shared with him, for me, it's my French bulldog. I'm not going to take him to the movies, so I selfishly want my adult TMNT focused thing. But I think that was a very well put statement.
That's a great point. Great point.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see where they go with this. We will definitely be discussing it further in the future, I'm sure, as this continues to evolve. So let's move on into, we got some big toy news coming in, big reveals. Let's Zach then take us over to McFarland. Let's do McFarland because McFarland is probably been out the longest. Classified just happened, so let's talk about McFarland.
Yeah.
Lots of big reveals.
I think he's got something coming out here in the next minute or two, also.
Oh,
what McFarlane does again?
You're saying he probably does. Yeah, he reveals. McFarlane is on it with reveals. That is the truth of it. So yeah, here we go. I mean,
so he did his winter showcase, which is supposedly only 3 days, and then of course he throws in our DC reveals on the 4th day out of an encore. But the first day he dealt with, which I don't know anything about this, Demon Slayer.
It's an anime.
Yeah, my kids are very much up on that one.
Yeah, my daughter loves that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I wasn't much into that, but he had the different scales. I love this about McFarlane. You get your 5-inch, your 7-inch, and your 12-inch statues. So he's all over the place with that.
You know what's funny, guys, and you guys can attest to this. When McFarlane shows something, it ain't long before they start getting in people's hands.
Yep.
And that is something I love about McFarlane and what he does. And I'm sure, the process of creating these figures and statues, I'm sure it takes just as long as any other company, but I love how when he solicits them, you don't have to wait 2 years, or a year and a half, like we do with a lot of companies out there. I think it's just a cool way of doing business, a little different than other companies, but
he's got the timing down.
Yeah.
When he knows something's getting ready to hit, he go ahead, he starts that marketing and markets it, boom, and it's in your hand. That's the way.
You know what it is? It's like, it feels like he just gets things. Like he's almost like a fanboy himself to a degree.
Oh yeah.
So he just kind of gets it.
Yeah. Well, and you think about it when he does his reveals. I love his reveals on Instagram.
Yeah, he's sitting there, he's like playing with the toys and making like little sounds, and
right. He's making like beat 'em up sounds and blaster sounds. I mean, he's like a big kid sitting there.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's not a salesman. He is literally he's selling things that he loves.
Right. Like you could tell like he actually loves the stuff himself.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was hearing complaints about this, and I don't know much about Movie Maniacs. That's an old line that he used to do or something?
Yeah, it's an old line. Oh God, it probably going back about 20 years, like 2002, 2003. Man Cave, I actually sent you, I think, with the Terminator one from that line.
You did. I've still got that in package. You would be proud of me. It is still in
they did a lot of horror movies. Just very, he did the Terminator. I think he did possibly Predator.
I don't remember Predator being part of that.
Maybe not.
So, I was hearing complaints that they were upset that these were statues instead of actually articulated figures.
the movie Maniacs were statues. They were not articulated figures.
Yeah.
They were like mini statues.
Yeah.
But they looked amazing. Like I have like a bunch of the horror ones.
They do.
I have like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy.
I'm pretty sure he did. I want to say. I mean, we can, I guess, look at. I'm pretty sure he did Predator.
Did he? Okay.
He did Predator.
I'm pretty certain.
I just can't remember it.
I want to say he did. I don't know.
Hold on. I'll show you what his Predator figures are like. Hold on.
Yeah, but I want to say he did a movie Maniacs Predator or Predator 2 or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why, but that sounds very familiar.
That is possible.
Yeah.
So how big can we expect for this line to go? I mean, were they hot and heavy releasing those things back then? Is this going to be one of those things where we see a reveal every month like we usually do with him?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he it's a very mixed bag.
If this is like what the McFarland Predators were like.
Hold on just a second here. I'll give you the solo layout here.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say that he did because the movie Maniacs ones were in like a more of a cardboard.
Yeah, they had
box
like a cardboard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
they
did Predator
that way.
Yeah, I want to say they did, but we can. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Doug says Series 6 was Predator and Aliens.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Good call, Century, on that. Good correction.
So day 3 gave us the Spawn universe stuff here.
Oh, this stuff looks awesome.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, that medieval Spawn is my favorite, and that looks
really
that's the only one I pre-ordered. Was the medieval Spawn.
Yeah,
that monolith is pretty friggin' awesome too.
Yes,
I know he's a modern character. I realize that, but I've got to have that on my shelf. That dude is massive and just looks amazing. Look at the skulls on there for pauldrons. Like, what the heck?
Yeah,
those are massive right there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is bad A right there.
Yes, it is. Yep. Him and Omega Spawn beside each other would just be a cool looking setup. Because I think in the comics he actually turned on Omega. I think he was Omega's guy, and then he ends up turning on Omega. And I think him and Spawn have to kind of work together to stop him. But there was rumor at one point this was going to be a Kickstarter for the medieval. So I guess maybe the line's doing well enough. He just I don't need Kickstarter. I'll just stick this in its own box and put it in Target.
Yeah.
And
this is a new character too, right, Sin?
Yeah, that's a modern character. I don't know much about Sin. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've read some. I've read a lot of Spawn, a lot of the older Spawn, a little bit of the newer stuff, kind of here and there. But I missed the Sin story.
He almost looks a little bit like Lex Luthor.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of got that. Yeah. It's a cool looking figure though. But yeah, that monolith and that medieval, those will be on the Spawn shelf over there.
And I don't know if it's just these pictures or not, because with some of the bigger, beefier, Violator is incredibly detailed and that sculpt is awesome. But with some of the other bigger figures, I feel like the paint and sculpt is kind of flat and not really there. That does not seem to be the case with this. And so I don't know if it's just the pictures here or what, but this thing looks pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. This is
head to toe.
Yeah. I mean, you look at like Cygor was pretty detailed, probably could have used a little more paint.
Yeah, Cygor was good too.
His sculpt was really done well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the Violator was crazy. However, I still don't think he's ever matched the original Violator he did, the skinny version back in the mid 2000s. I've got it. I'm looking at it right now on my shelf, and I'm like,
oh, you have that? You have that?
I have it on my shelf, and dude, that's just a ridiculous looking figure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Overt Kill, I thought was disappointing.
It was the Overt Kill he did originally was actually
awesome,
amazing.
I love that one.
Real chains. I mean, Todd was way ahead of everyone back in the early 2000s. There was nobody that could hang with him.
Todd and the Horseman, sculpt wise, way ahead.
Yeah. So it never happened. But McFarlane, would he do a Maniac Cop Robert Z. Darfig? Yes, I'm serious.
That's kind of an obscure horror movie. It was a good horror movie, but I don't know.
I would love a Funhouse, the Funhouse movie.
Can
mug.
McFarlane make Angela figures? That's a good question. Who has Angela? Is that Marvel?
Marvel has it.
Marvel,
Marvel
that's
has
right.
that now? Okay. There we go.
I love this Batman and Robin right here.
Yes. Andy, see, real quick too, McFarlane was going to make TMNT figures, or was I dreaming? Was that confirmed, or was that like a mistype on behalf of like a retailer, Best Buy or whoever that was that put that up?
Andy's definitely not dreaming. That was mentioned. I mean, that might be similar to the UK guy, April Fool's coming up Toybiz thing. Who knows? It's a good point.
I think it was supposed to be in relation to the new movie.
And we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
I think they ended up changing those posts, and they ended up being Playmates.
Yeah. I almost just wonder if that retailer, it seems like a retailer posted something and then they jerked it down really quick, but people got screen grabs of it. So I don't know. Ron, quick question for you there. Can you imagine a new Dark Ages Spawn set?
Oh, that would be phenomenal. And I don't know. I mean, like, it would also just play sets in general. If Todd tries to make play sets, updated play sets now, I mean, they'd be absolutely enormous, but love to see that, like a back alley play set.
Oh yeah.
That would, I mean, it would literally be that could be a Kickstarter.
Yeah. What's so great about Todd is he keeps the price points fair. I'm even hearing like on this 89 Batmobile, we may be looking at like $80 for this thing, and this is
$89.
$89. So there we go.
That's cheaper than the Batmobile, or just around the same price. Batmobile was. I think it was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
75, so it's right in there with it. I hope those are rubber tires.
Dude, you know what I would freaking kill for would be a properly sized, scaled Batwing.
Oh, I think you want a real Batwing. You want a real one.
Yeah, obviously.
A 1-to-1.
I tell you what, though, this right here, there's some concern that the figures that McFarlane does are slightly scaled too big for some of his vehicles. So like with the 66 Batmobile, they say it's a little, the Batmobile's a little underscaled for the figure. We may have that problem here, but think about the 89 Mezco Batman.
That's exactly what I thought, man. Like that's exactly what I was going to get this just to pair it with that. Yeah, because I'm not going to get the McFarlane one. But yeah, right. I mean that would fit perfectly.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much talking about, because that's what I would be looking at too.
This thing right here, if you see two on the shelf, you better buy another one for your friend, because I don't think it won't sit there. I don't think this will not sit on a shelf.
No,
not at under $100.
No. This thing will be selling like hotcakes, and it'll be $300 on eBay.
Yeah,
so better get it if you find it.
Agreed.
Much better price than the sideshow. Yeah.
Well, that was you mean $1,000 plus shipping?
However, I still have to say,
looks amazing.
We got to be realistic in the sense that the sideshow and versus this, there's going to be massive differences, in the detail between the two. So that's one thing you got to consider.
So yeah, day 4 he showed us the Robin and the Batman, and then he wasn't done. And he showed us the Hush Superman without the poison ivy poisoning, and the steel figure.
Those two right there look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the steel figure was slightly more chrome, but I can take that. I can deal with what we got right there.
Yeah. I actually, now that we're talking about the sideshow, if we're talking about the same one, right? The Iron Studios made it. Sideshow distributes it.
Yeah.
The 1/10 scale that comes with Keaton also, with the Batcave base. Pretty amazing. Like if I were collecting that scale, I mean, even if not, that's another standalone piece. If any of you guys are familiar with that, the 1/10 scale Batmobile statue from Iron Studios, amazing.
What is it? 1,200? Wasn't it like $1,200?
It was. I think it was like 1,100, 1,150, something like that, plus shipping. And of course, I think some of the statue guys at first when it came out, it was like, oh, is this worth it? That sort of deal. But I mean, it's something like that. When do you see that? And it comes with Keaton too. So
yeah. So some McFarlane Dragons, Cora, Berserker Clan.
Oh yeah.
So these I don't know exactly how these work, but with the McFarland Dragons, are these just strictly like McFarland Toys created? They're not based on any particular dragons. These are just complete creations of their designers and engineering departments,
and extending the old line that was discontinued. Or
this is Series 8. So that was crazy. I was like, Series 8 already? He's already got 8 series of this new stuff out? But no, he's tying it to the old
20 years ago. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is picking up where he left, or as Hasbro calls it, when it was resting. It's been resting for 20 years, and now you have this. I think and Chad sign off, and Bill, anyone else that's into the high fantasy sci-fi stuff like this, these dragons, you put a 3 3/4 LJN D&D figure with these things, or even now that Super 7's doing D&D reactions, or getting an Afridi and some other figures, perfect with this. You can really set up a nice little diorama with 3 3/4 figures. I think would scale perfectly with these dragons. So that's my plan for them. It's not just going to be, because you can't put these with Mythic Legion 6.5-inch 7 inch scale figures, but 3 3/4. You can do so much with these.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you guys what, McFarlane, when it comes to capes and wings, this guy just knows how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just kills it every time.
Sculpts are so good.
They are. All right, so moving along, big day for G.I. Joe Classified. What was that, yesterday, I believe? Was that yesterday that they did?
That was 8th, yep. Mm-hmm.
And went up for pre-order today?
No, it was yesterday.
Oh, went up for pre-order yesterday. Okay.
Yesterday, 1:00.
So they did character name reveals only, and these were 3 of my top ones I wanted. So Quick Kick, Mutt Junkyard, and Big Boa are coming.
Quick Kick, so good, man. So glad, one of my favorites.
Definitely
and Quick Kick appeared really early in the cartoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he in the first 5, the pilot episodes?
Yes.
The first 5? He was.
He was 83 or something like that, right? He was early.
Yeah. He was early. And he came in during that one episode where they're in the snow.
In the snow.
Like out of nowhere.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Definitely one I wanted was Quick.
So he was 83, 84, 85, something like that. He was definitely early.
Yes, very early.
Yeah.
So JB, are you in on everything? Are you picking and choosing here? What are you getting from?
I'm gonna say picking and choosing, but when I see these classic characters coming out, I'm probably gonna pick them up when I see them. Tunnel Rat, I didn't pre-order. I'll see them in the store. Kind of wait it out.
You can't yet. These are just showing the renders.
Right.
So
what I'm saying is, like, I didn't really the only one I pre-ordered was Snow Job, because Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Let me go ahead and get in there and grab him.
Right.
But all the ones I'm more than likely grabbing as I see them in the store, whenever that may be, next year or whatever. Except now, here's the thing: is with Firefly, I see the difference between I compared this one and the old one. I'll probably get this one, but
kind of more classic one here. It's a slightly more classic.
Right. Yeah. To me, this is definitely the better one too. Yeah.
And Man Cave, we talked about this like a year or so ago when they started to redeco again.
Right.
And we're like trying to, put money on which ones were close. What a dumpster fire. Which ones are close enough where they're not going to redo? Like, are they going to redo Beachhead? Are they going to redo this guy? We thought, I think with Firefly, we said, well, he's close enough.
Right.
That's what I was
probably not going to, but now they're doing, and this looks great, man.
Yeah. I remember that conversation, and like you said, we're starting to see some fruits of that conversation as
this guy's one of my favorites, man. Cooper McBride right here. And the only reason I know his real name is because I went to school with a Cooper McBride. The only reason I know his real name. And
you went to school with Lowlight? Whoa, that's awesome.
I did.
I absolutely love that gun case right there.
Oh, it's perfect. And you can take the pieces apart and store them in there too. That's amazing.
Yeah. That is very cool right there.
And you could take not that you would ever take his glasses off, but you could removable glasses too. Very cool.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they brought it. That's for sure. Now this guy came 2011. I was researching 2011. I was like, because I don't know this guy, but I'm picking him up.
I don't know him at all, but this is amazing looking.
Yeah, he's a cooler. He's a cool. You know, the one thing I will say though, like I don't really love the matte finish on the paint apps for some of these guys, including this guy looks great. Sculpt looks great and everything, but the matte finish and I think his pants could be a little more camo. You know, but this guy Shadow Tracker looks awesome.
He's got that shaman predator look.
Yep.
That vibe.
I was getting ready to say this guy looks like somebody you could like fit in your Predator display if you wanted to.
Well, he's a ranger. He's shooting people.
Yeah,
that's awesome though.
That is
So,
awesome.
yeah, those are the renders only, and then we got the actual pre-orders.
Yeah. Oh man. Copperhead's awesome.
What vehicle did he come with or drive? I can't remember. I can't remember. We need to get a vehicle with that guy.
I know. That's what I'm sitting there thinking. Why did they not put a vehicle with him in Slaughter? You know?
Yeah. Future HasLab.
Yeah, Slaughter especially. Slaughter was surprising. You know. Right. I think I don't know if he had I think he had like a water vehicle or something.
It was the
Barracuda, some sort of
water moccasin.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
This is the bazooka I was waiting on.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there you go. There's his
there it is.
That's what I was thinking.
That is awesome.
That's not that big of a vehicle. I think they could have done that, but oh well.
Look at that vintage beauty.
Yeah.
Oh rain. Oh rain.
All right. So yeah, this is the bazooka I was waiting on. I didn't care nothing about the Tiger Force myself. It looked good, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
That was my favorite G.I. Joe vintage figure when I was a kid. I didn't have a ton of 3 3/4 G.I. Joes, but Bazooka was one of the ones I had, and I loved that figure. Yeah. And this is, I mean, how much better? They basically just blew that figure up into a 6-inch scale figure.
Yeah. I like how they painted the rockets. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At least
you gotta love them putting a little paint. There's even a little paint on the bazooka. There on the little black paint on the bazooka. So yeah, you gotta love Hasbro doing a little something with paint.
I think Classified is probably Hasbro's best product right now.
I was literally just about to say that, dude. I was like, for all that, because I don't like Hasbro or anything that they're doing. This is to me, and I like their Joe Classified team also. You could tell they're really passionate about what they're doing, and I think this is probably arguably the best big box retail line out.
Yeah, but we can't ever find it hardly, except for the movie figures.
They're definitely showing up a lot more now. Distribution's exponentially better than it was, a year, 2, 3, ago, where you couldn't find it at all. I mean, all the Python Patrol stuff is peg warming now.
Yeah.
The latest wave is peg. You got cases of Recondo just hanging out with his mustache everywhere.
Mustache. Horrible mustache.
Oh man,
there you go.
That looks very good.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Golly.
Yeah. I just wish they didn't have plastic-free packaging, but oh well.
Yeah.
I think it's it may. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm hearing it could be coming to an end at some point.
Could be sometime this year. I think maybe, possibly, perhaps. I think they've gotten enough stuff for it. Feedback.
Fantastic, are you in on any of these, Fantastic? Or are you out on?
No, I'm completely out on classifieds. Okay, I kept a handful, like 5 or 6 pieces, but
yeah,
I'm done with them.
I pre-ordered every one of them.
I can't blame anybody. If I was still in classified, I would probably get pretty much all of these.
Yeah, I would. Same for the most part.
Yeah.
Those ice bats too are coming. Oh man, can't have.
Oh man, did I get a picture of that? Yes, I think I did.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that until I started seeing that on the social medias. I was like, man, look at that, just hiding out.
Got your snow job. Got to get you.
Awesome, right there.
Absolutely.
I love that they're putting the anti-armor drawn in. That's
awesome.
That's ridiculous.
And it looks cool, right?
Fair too. Yeah. I think
it looks cool, right? But then I don't know. Do I not have a picture of it shooting the missiles? Shoot, I don't. The missile effect pieces that they have, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
That's so cool.
But I love the way that they took and did something to his face, because we never saw Scrap Iron's face.
Yeah.
So they decided, well, let's just blow his face up and give him a head sculpt like that. So
it's a good point. I think a lot of the liberties that this team took were all excellent and still, kept all of this true to the original figures and just kind of touch them up a bit. Little things they've done to the boots and some of the armor on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's being very well produced, and the Valkyries look great too here.
Yeah.
And the effect pieces that we're getting with these figures, amazing.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered these this set right here, just one. So I got the 2-pack and Snowjob pre-ordered. All the other ones I'll wait, but definitely gonna pick up all of them once I see them.
Kevin McAllister right there for sure about the Predators.
I'm loving Snowjob. These face sculpts look amazing.
Yeah,
That's right. Don't give him the stick.
Man, he looks awesome.
All right, so here's what you were talking about right here. The snow rats.
Yep.
But also look back here. What is this one?
Oh,
I didn't see that.
I think that is a Crimson Guard Python Patrol.
Oh yeah, I think they mentioned that, right? Like that's or something. I feel like that was.
There has been a leaked image of one in package, and somebody opened it. But that's it. There's never actually announced anything yet.
Dude, this line is could literally go on forever.
I'm over here analyzing like the actual rocket and everything like that, and you're like, oh no, there's more. Okay, cool.
Well, and I tell you, if they keep putting out this type of quality, it can go on forever, and people are just going to keep on shelling out money. And it's going to be like Marvel Legends, where it's just never ending.
It's going to be like the original line, where it goes on for like almost 2 decades.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into a little bit of NECA here. So we got two
Xanatos.
Got 2 humans revealed yesterday and today. So you got your Xanatos with all kinds of effect pieces. Plus, he's coming with
Demona's
wings here.
Got to have that.
But then we also have today, and I'm going to mispronounce her name, Elisa,
yeah,
Elisa Mesa.
Got to have her.
And she's going to come with Brooklyn's.
Yeah, that'd be Brooklyn. So she's as much of a main character as the Gargoyles themselves.
And they did a good job on her knees.
Yeah. They didn't try to get fancy like with the April O'Neil figure.
April O'Neil's.
Yeah, this looks great, man.
All right, so that's NECA. So I definitely will have that pre-ordered sometime soon.
Yeah, those are strong reveals there.
Ron, I wanted to kind of get your opinion on this right here.
Oh wow!
I don't know anything about this, but I know how much you love wolves. So he is 7 inches compared to her being 4.13 inches for the 2-pack here.
Is he articulated, or I guess he is, ain't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is I muted myself. This looks awesome. There was also another I do love wolves, and this looks fantastic. And this is something that I would put with a Warhammer 40K display, like the McFarlane 40K stuff that's out. Very reminiscent of Space Wolves. So I absolutely love this. And I think there's also like another indie. It looks like a bootleg Triceraton, like a dinosaur man, that I forget which studio is making.
Okay.
Which also looks 7-inch, which also looks amazing and could easily fit with, any of the 7-inch TMNT lines too.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that. That wolf looks awesome, and this thing too. I know, Cave, you sent that. Yeah. I mean, like, just World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Right here, instantly reminded me of Vanilla WoW.
Now this guy is only 7.67. I figure it's not huge. So does he have to be?
Yeah, I mean he's a big. That's a big boy though. You're pushing 8 inches, and he's not, small in stature. That's gonna have some pretty nice presence wherever you put that guy, and he's gonna definitely make. I think you put him next to a 7-inch McFarlane figure, and he's going to make that figure look tiny.
And look at your options. I mean, you can strip him all the way down and put all this armor on him. So,
and And what's the price point on this guy?
This
I
one's
agree with you, Mekanita, for sure.
This was one. Oh shoot! It in for the price. I think it's 159.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a ton of stuff that comes with that. But that's, I would say, definitely have to really love that to buy it, which I do personally. This with fantasy stuff too. You have to, it's like you don't always get fantasy. You don't get fantasy stuff like you get, Batman, DC stuff, and superhero stuff. So when really nice stuff like this comes along, even if you have to pay a premium, to me it's worth. That's why, going back to some of the stuff we said, it's being smart about your collecting and what you're buying, and if you're not buying everything and you're saving, you're budgeting for the stuff you really want, stuff like this comes along and it's like I have to have this.
I like stuff too that is versatile in the collection, where you can put them on multiple different shelves.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could throw this guy on a Marvel Legends shelves. You can throw it on a Mythic Legion shelf. I mean, it's just, it can go anywhere.
Yeah. Scale wise too. Because everything now, Todd was always getting banged out for 7-inch and you can't put it with anything. Well, what does NECA do? What are the ultimates? Everything is like moving towards just bigger scales now, an inch bigger than the classic 6-inch that we've been accustomed to for all these years. That Doc Ock looks incredible. Best Doc Ock, dude.
And bendy wire.
So much better than that junk that was put out in like 2017 or 20. That was such a terrible figure.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at him right now and thinking about bagging him up in preparation for this guy.
Throw him in the wasteland with the Funko Pops.
I just wish you didn't have to get Aunt May with them.
Oh, come on.
You gotta have Aunt May, dude.
No, see, Aunt May's going. If I were to get this, Aunt May's going into the bed gangster cantina. She'd be hanging out. She'd be general manager. Easy fit.
So, guys, I'm very interested with this because the first 2-pack they did with this, which was the Symbiote Spidey and Carnage, they were cell shaded, but these two aren't.
Is this not? What is the orange?
No,
on?
that's not cell shaded.
No, this is definitely not.
The orange is just part of his outfit. I can't remember.
So I found that interesting why they went cell shaded with the first two and with the X-Men stuff, but with this second one they're not. I mean, I'm glad they're not.
Maybe it's because everyone was using nail polish remover to take all the cell shading off. So they're just saving you the 10,000 collectors the effort.
How did all those focus groups not catch that? No one wants cell shading.
All right.
But that Doc Ock looks great, man. Really, and that packaging too. Yeah, I agree. Those fantastic. Take Aunt May off that cover, and that's a nice box.
Oh man, but they were a couple a little bit in that show, so that you had to put them together.
Yeah.
I just wish they gave you the option that you didn't have to get both.
There's the original.
Well, this is the one I got with the silk 2-pack.
Oh, okay. And it still didn't have bendy wire.
No, and that's the thing is I didn't have one, so I grabbed it. But these are not bendy wire.
The last Doc Ock that actually stood up on his suction cups was the Toybiz Marvel one, not the Legends, the Toybiz Marvel one.
That's a great one.
That's such a good one.
That's an expensive figure now.
Yeah.
Marvel did their stream, and they just showed us literally pictures from, besides the Doc Ock and Aunt May, which went up for pre-order that day. They showed us some pictures here of the 60th stuff that we're going to be celebrating. So the first one here is the Mark I Iron Man.
That looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the Mark I too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice looking.
Now, do y'all remember the original Toybiz had the face mask on all of them would like pop off?
Mm-hmm. The faceplate. They had them with other Iron Man figures too.
Do we wish that we had this again on here where we can actually see Tony under it, or another head sculpt or something maybe?
I'd say additional head sculpt.
Yeah.
First time seeing Banner in the line here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, they released the Gray Hulk, during the last they always do that. I will say Hasbro does the Marvel anniversary stuff right. If you look at the last few anniversary releases, including I think this Hulk, which wasn't he like released first in like Mexico or something and like barely available here, and then we
I remember the only store I ever saw him in was Think Geek.
Yeah, like you definitely did not find him in a Target or Walmart or anything. But
well, they actually give us a new sculpt on this guy's chest too. So it's more of a smooth instead of all muscular.
Yeah, he's not no veins, no striations.
Vascular right now.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't really
Go.
Well, yeah, when you look at his arms and then you look at his chest, you're like, something about that don't. I mean, it's. I guess the jacket kind of breaks it up some. I'm sure with the jacket off, it looks even worse. But yeah, I kind of wish they would have continued that same detail on into the torso.
You know what I love though? I love the orange shirt on Bruce, and then boom, you got orange on the Hulk too. Though that's cool.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a Hulk #1 comic, like put that in front of the comic book.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Isn't the Destroyer greatly undersized here?
That may be me. I'm sorry. I thought he was pretty big.
Okay, maybe he is. When I saw the reveal of him actually standing next to Thor, I felt like he was. I mean, look at the guy's hand.
Yeah.
On his left leg.
I mean, when you look at the Marvel Select one that we had, I mean that thing was massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just always see Destroyer as just a big, like a really big, not Sentinel big necessarily, but
like 12 feet tall, kind of big.
Yeah, 12, 14 feet tall type of big. And this
something you got to remember, and they mentioned it in their man cave, was that Thor is actually a very large figure as well.
Okay, that's fair.
But is he that close? Are they that close? Because like they did Surtur years ago. Surtur is about 12, 13 inches tall. They could have did it that size.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they figured they already have Select that they were that size. If you want one that big, you can get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all of these are in like this Hawkeye, I think.
Yeah.
I think the last Hawkeye this good comic accurate one is the Select one.
Select.
Way back when and that's a very good one. It's 7-inch, but it's very good.
And Fantastic, you have that, right? The select one of Hawkeye. Yeah. I remember you picking that up.
That's a good one. I have that one too. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, I love this Sky Cycle.
Yeah, I gotta pick this one up because I don't have a Hawkeye on my Avengers shelf. So yeah, I gotta get this Hawkeye.
I really like this a lot.
I love this lighter purple. I'm sitting there looking at mine. It's a really dark purple and dark blue.
Yeah.
But this lighter blue and purple is really
classic.
good.
This is a super classic,
comic accurate. Yeah.
Comic accurate. Yeah, this is.
And soft goods so we could sit.
How much is this? Did they announce a price?
They haven't said yet.
I think it's $270. I
think. Free shipping if you're a Pulse member.
I don't really care about this 2-pack myself, but this is a Secret Wars Doom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of hits the nostalgia with the Secret Wars Doom.
Yeah. Let's get a Secret Wars Doom. And
Captain Marvel Monica. Yeah, go back and get the original, you mean?
Yeah, that works for me. I have it actually.
You got your Cersei and your Black Knight in their bomber jackets.
Yeah.
Another pass for me.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a pass for me, but I think they look good. They don't look bad.
Aren't these available already on Hasbro Pulse?
No, none of these are yet. New Black Widow. I love this one.
That's good.
That will be my Black Widow probably.
Yeah, that articulation.
Now, and another thing is, every single one of these they revealed, they said that there are more accessories that they have not showed us. So
nice.
A new Bucky cap.
That's a good looking.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Got some love for the Gray Hulk 2-pack in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, multiple people here are saying that was kind of maybe that was the hit of the of the day.
Mark 1 for GeForce. Yeah, I hear you on that.
Got a question here. Anyone seen this year's PowerCon exclusive list?
I have seen some of it. The stuff that I pay attention to at least, and it's looks good. PowerCon always has great exclusives, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just me? What do you guys think about that? I feel like PowerCon always has good exclusives that Motu related ones.
So fill me in, Century. I don't
great.
Yeah, Century, fill me in on what you're seeing already. I haven't seen any news for that yet.
PowerCon stuff. I mean, I can grab some of it here and there that I've seen off Instagram at least. Let me find it.
Lord Luigi, what's up, brother? He says that Black Widow will come with another head sculpt, according to Dan Young.
Awesome.
Yeah, I heard that
Longer
too.
hair
Oh, is
too.
that true?
Be cool if it
That's
had a
what I heard.
long. Be cool if it had a long hair version.
Yeah. So yeah, they've got a Horseman's got that PowerCon exclusive with for Mythic Legions with the skull head, or the legend Satan head, as I call it. That looks really cool. The green horned demon head for PowerCon. I know that I think Tweeterhead's doing another exclusive for Hordak's Minion. I think they're doing a blue version of that. If I can find that picture somewhere. And I think there's a Zola.
my imp.
There's yeah, the imp minion. And then I think I want to say Zola World has something too of the green variety.
Okay, but nothing Motu though. Okay, I mean nothing Origins or
yeah, yeah, Motu. They have it's statue related. Yeah, Tweeterhead is the statue company that is doing the 5th scale Motu line, the Legends line, and they originally released the first PowerCon exclusive was the Filmation Hordak, which looks great. So they did a Hordak original, Mattel-based Hordak statue, and then they did the Filmation one, the cartoon one with the red minion, and now they're doing just a blue minion for 2023, which is cool.
So here is the Scroll 2-pack, and of course, Man Cave, if you remember, this was one of the first stories that me and you started reading together whenever we were going to the library and checking out all the graphic novels, was the Secret War stuff and Civil War and all that stuff. So this takes us way back.
Sure enough.
I wonder how deep they're going to really go in the Secret Invasion show.
In the Secret Invasion show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be so watered down. How
do you feel about Punisher?
Coming in, yeah, John Burton's back.
That's great.
Mickey Mouse Punisher.
I hope they keep him like he was on Netflix.
I feel like that's
not likely.
I mean, given what what the circumstances are, yeah. I hope so. Obviously, I hope so.
Barenthal is just a great Punisher, though.
He's gonna make it work no matter what. Yeah, he's bad A, man. He
really is
the real deal.
And then we get Super Adaptoid, and it's showing you how big he is as well.
By the way, that Daredevil show is going to be 18 episodes.
I can't, dude. I mean, all those Netflix shows, to me, that's the best Marvel content that's been put out in the past. Like,
all those shows are better than all the current ones.
Yeah, even Iron Fist, that didn't get not to go off on a tangent here, but
the one that was really disappointing was Defenders.
Defenders was terrible. I thought that was bad. But Jessica Jones was great. Daredevil was great. Punisher was great. So
I'm looking forward to the new Daredevil one, though.
Yeah. Luke Cage was great. All of it was great. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. So there's a little better picture of the Destroyer.
Yeah.
So to me, the Destroyer should have been as big as Adaptoid, right?
That's what
You think he should have been 12 inches? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at Hawkeye there and tell if Hawkeye stood up next to him, he's going to come up to about the bottom of his chest.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just seems a little undersized to me.
I'm excited for it.
Well, Hawkeye's small anyway compared. I don't even think Hawkeye's 5'10".
Right. He's a smaller kid.
Whatever. 5'5" now, yeah. Average height for a male. It's in the past 10, 15 years. But yeah, it's like 5'8".
Hey, Bill, I agree with you on the Super Scroll. That arm looks stupid. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess he can take any power he wants to, but I thought they were trying to stick with the Avengers stuff, but they went Mr. Fantastic with that. So
yeah, such a random, just a random weird arm out of nowhere. I hope you'd have to at least hope he comes with two of them to kind of balance out the look.
That's like It's like when we were kids, we just like randomly grab things, you know. It's like the kid in Toy Story who just like starts putting other toys together. Let's just put a big arm this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing today that went up for pre-order, they showed us the pictures that same day, but we got the Spider-Man stuff now too.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Coming up
what
for
I was-
pre-order. So I was so disappointed that this wasn't a Build-A-Figure wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's been the same thing. Yeah.
The Daredevil Electra, I think, looks cool though.
Yeah, she is the winner of this particular wave, in my opinion.
The Ben Reilly head, the eyes. Pretty
The
cool.
Those are huge.
The tarantula headband, head
blue?
mask. Is that accurate? That color? I don't remember it being so blue in the comics. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there, but it seems super bright looking.
It's very cosmic Spidey head on that Ben Reilly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The big bug eyes.
But yeah, they got two now that are this original vintage packaging, and then the other one start a brand new packaging.
Yeah.
So these two, the Rose and Tarantula, which are very random picks to go vintage card. But then you jump into here and you got this newer packaging for the vintage.
Right.
I don't know. I think they're getting cheap on us, especially with these being $25 each.
I'm with you, man.
No Build-A-Figure, just repainting figures over and over and over.
It's a weird
the
wave.
good thing,
Weird wave to me.
yeah. The good thing is this particular Ben Reilly is pinless, but for some odd reason, his alter ego Chasm is not.
Right.
He's got pins. So
I've always liked that Spider-Man font, so
oh, the Spider-Man font right here.
yeah.
Very 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that Electra. She looks really good.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
And maybe they spent all their money on a new sculpt to get these pants on her or something. But
They blew
Well,
the
it's
whole
like-
budget.
Dude, it's classic Hasbro, man. I feel like with Legends too, 90% like all the time. You know, it's always like, oh, this is really good, but, or this is really like the Hulk, like the gray Hulk that we looked at. Looks great, but what's the deal with the chest? You know, it's like there's always, I feel like I find myself saying that a lot with Legends over the years, where it's like it's so close to being very good. Meanwhile, it's like, why did this get skimped on? Why is this missing? Why is this not the way you think it should be? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So for everybody watching, drop a comment over in the comments. Let us know what, out of all these things we've talked about so far, we've talked about a ton of stuff. Some of you may have been here for the whole thing, maybe some not. Let us know what your favorite reveal is. And then kind of toward the end of this, we're going to run through each of our favorite reveals over the last, week or two. So yeah, start dropping some comments over there. Let us know what your guys' favorite reveals are. Out of what we've talked about, or if we've missed something, you can let us know as well.
well, for example, with Ron, I didn't put any of the reactions for the Dungeons and Dragons. That might have been one of yours.
Yeah, a Freedy reaction. Super 7 is definitely I could probably take that for mine. But I was happy to see those.
So I can show you my favorite reveal of the week, and it's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive.
All right.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim.
Very cool. Nice choice.
Yeah.
So I'd already had the original wave ordered, and then they threw this out there as a Big Bad exclusive, which will deliver at the same time as the wave. So that's pretty awesome.
That works.
I didn't realize it was going to deliver at the same time, which it shouldn't be too far off on delivery for Earthworm, right?
Earthworm is going to be after Battletoads. Battletoads is first. Earthworm will be like July, supposedly.
Okay.
In a hobby of untimely things, this is a timely setup for you. So that's nice. Are you getting the whole thing? Are you all in on this?
All in on this and Battletoads.
Cool.
So
So you get it all. Yeah, Battletoads. Fantastic. Are you doing that, Battletoads?
I'll do Battletoads, yeah.
The only Battletoads.
Now What if they did a Double Dragon also? Ooh.
Oh yeah, I have the Tycho. I have the original Tycho stuff and some vehicles still on card and in box, and Double Dragon Tycho. I mean, Tycho so underrated. I don't go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, yeah.
So Cody says that the Joes and the Batmobile were his top two. I gotta agree with that. The Joes and the Batmobile were great.
McFarlane 89 Batmobile. I think the McFarlane 89 Batmobile is going to be, I think it'll be one of the toughest, if not the toughest thing to find that we've talked about. Because
There are going to be a lot of nerds fighting on YouTube videos over that.
People are going to be going crazy. There's just so many, even if you don't need figures, if you don't collect figures, I can see people buying that to put in their collection.
There's so much nostalgia for the '89 Batman.
Yep.
That it's and now plus with Flash that he's going to be in it, and it's kind of reminding everybody of it. It's going to be off the charts.
Yeah.
Everyone here, it's probably safe to say 89 Batman, is Batman to all of us. So
yeah, exactly.
Well, there was recently I saw somewhere they
the
did
demographic perfect
of what everybody's favorite Batman was, and like Keaton won by like a mile.
Yeah, I mean,
like over Bale, which was kind of surprising.
What's wrong with Bale?
Yeah,
I would say for our generation, but with the younger generation, it's Bale, and
I mean, '89 Batman's great, but like those Bale movies were, especially the first two. Were,
but I think the generation that collects toys that's in this chat.
No, you're right.
Panel,
yeah, that's what. Yeah,
that '89 Batmobile.
Yeah.
Was something.
All I have to say is I hope that he doesn't disappoint. I hope that it doesn't somehow mess up our vision of Michael Keaton Batman in this movie.
It's a good point. I haven't even thought of that because I feel like it's impossible, but that is very true. It's almost scary.
Yeah.
Well, the buzz for the movie is incredible.
Yeah.
So.
But when you look aesthetically at which Batman looked comic and awesome looking, I got to go with Jeff Affleck was amazing looking as Batman.
Yeah, like the actual just look of him, and yeah. He has the whole Miller look, or at least
like that big beefy kind of look. Yeah,
the big bulkier. Yeah,
and even his face. I mean, he looks like that older,
chiseled.
that 50-year-old bodybuilder Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot completely about Mondo Trap Jaw. That thing is amazing. I got to put that up there too.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Thundercats. I didn't have this up there because it was kind of an older news, but this was revealed too since our last stream.
Yeah.
So this is all pre-ordered for me.
Yeah, Wily Kit, I'm sure will be the hit of that, but it's a pretty decent wave.
So everybody's top, you think is Batmobile?
We're getting a lot of G.I. Joe and Batmobile comments. So it looks like the G.I. Joe Classifieds just in general, the reveal of G.I. Joe Classified. And then, your Batmobile, I think, is, kind of like I think Luigi set it up above. He's not even a vehicle collector, but he plans on getting the Batmobile. So I think the Batmobile is just going to reach a broad, a broad spectrum of people.
I hope Todd distributes it better than he did the Batmobiles, because by the time Batmobiles actually hit the stores, it was on sale because it took so long to get out there. So
and rarely did you see it. I don't know if you guys saw it a lot, but I think I've only seen it like one time. So I don't know if it just sold that quick or if it just wasn't a whole lot of
which vehicle?
The Batmobiles. Needless has like 12 of them right now.
They did. Needless has a lot of them. And it is a fantastic looking vehicle. I mean, he did an amazing job on it. But I've just not, I don't know. I've not seen it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seen it, after, the initial push of it. And again,
you got it on sale.
I got mine 1% off. So.
Yeah,
I love all these Batman comments, man. These are great Batman comments. The one thing I will say on Batman 2, for me, with Keaton and the Burton verse, that literally is its own world to me. Keaton, Batman, and those movies, like that is very different. Like my favorite comic Batman is Miller Batman, Frank Miller Batman. That I love. love that Batman. But I don't even compare. Like when I say Keaton is my Batman, it's just like it's in its own box, in its own world. I don't compare that to anything. It's literally its own thing.
I agree.
But when it comes to guy like Frank Miller Batman's my favorite.
Hey, in the comments, guys, let us know if you guys would want to see the Valaverse stuff. We've had multiple comments over there saying the Valaverse reveals were some of their favorites. So
there were some good ones.
There was.
Yeah.
I watched some of their streaming. What is it? The 3 POA podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of those this week, and if y'all want us to show some of that, we can. I don't. Do any of us actually collect Valaverse? I have a couple figures.
I have Slaughter. That's it.
Okay, I think I have 3 in total.
But I think the female figures that they just released, they look good, and I think I want to add that to the collection. I think it would be a good kind of some additional to the G.I. Joe collection.
Well, you guys can let us know in the comments if y'all would like to see us pull in Valaverse. I guess we just don't pull it in because really none of us hardcore collect Valaverse. But if you guys want to see pictures and stuff of their reveals, we can always bring those into the live streams as well and discuss.
Hey, I wanted to mention and just kind of ask this question for you guys. Did anybody watch Brave Star back in the day?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Ramen
Toy, yeah,
is doing a Brave Star now. So let me see.
Sure. And I guess it'll be in that 7-inch scale. I kind of wish it was 6, but I guess it'll be in the 7.
It should be 7, honestly.
What's 177 meters?
Millimeters.
Question.
Millimeters, I mean.
7-inch. Come on, numbers.
6.96. Yep.
There you go.
7-inch.
Yeah. I think the Mattel one was 8-inch.
Was it?
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. It was a big figure, wasn't it?
They were big, and that's some of the cool. I need to get that police station.
Can you imagine how big that is if they were that big? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole town.
That's one of the coolest toy lines.
I guess one good thing about him being 7, he'll fit right in with your, Ultimates figures, your Thunderhawks, Thundercats, your, G.I. Joe Ultimates.
Everything Super 7, yeah.
Probably made with that in mind, honestly, since everything is moving towards something we were talking about earlier. It's makes sense.
Century, maybe I'm misremembering, but didn't Imperial Castle have some of those?
Brave Star? No, not that I saw. I didn't see any Brave Star there. I would have bought it. Yeah.
Is anyone doing the Cosmic Legions? I will probably pick a few. I don't know that I'll be going all out on them, but I'll be picking a few here and there.
Yeah,
I love the big green guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I have him on pre-order. I didn't pre-order all. Well, I said the same thing, and then I wound up pre-ordering I think almost all of them. But I'm going to use some of the gaming greats as my army builders.
There you go.
Troopers. I think it'll look good with flanking.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I thought I had a color rendering of this, but I don't see it right now.
And Ramen Toys has been coming out with some. Yeah, man. The Dolph head too coming out for.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
Here it is. Here's the color.
Dolph He-Man. That's cool.
So Jeff, you'll have to explain this one, unless one of you guys here on the panel know. I've seen too many horrible things about Brave Star and 3030 to ever see it purely again. Anybody know what that means? I don't know what that means.
About the cartoon?
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
Mm-hmm.
Damien, I love the Cops. I think it was called Cops, right? The old show. I love that show.
Yeah, I keep waiting on a company to come out with some Cops figures. Just do some like Boss Fight or somebody just taking up that license and doing something with it.
Jeff says something about porn. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, lots of horrible porn.
That I didn't know. I mean, I know TMNT had its adult moments in the cartoon.
Yeah, with
April and the Turtles and some other stuff, but I didn't.
You mean just like creepy comments, weird stuff? Is that what you mean? Like undertones with the TMNT?
Well, like actual pictures too.
Oh
yeah. There were some adult moments where there's some playing just grabbing stuff and.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And on that note,
Yeah.
let's get rid of Brave Star.
I just ruined my.
So there you have it. All right.
All right. Thoughts of McFarlane doing Batmobile from Batman Robin movie? Is that I wonder, is that possible? Does he have the rights to that?
He should. I mean, it's part of DC the same way.
DC.
Technically, that Batman and Robin movie is in the same universe as the '89 Batman.
Yeah.
It was a continuation of it. So,
here's one we actually forgot. This one, Zach Jack Dan.
Nice. Yeah.
Biker Mice from Mars from the Nichelle.
Galoob.
No, well, Galoob's what it was originally, but
originally, but
that's
they're
right.
what's that new company that did the
Nichelle,
Sectars.
ain't it? Nacchelle or something? Nichelle,
Nacelle,
something.
yeah, Nacelle doing it. They did the what's the bug line called? Sectars.
Sectars, Coleco.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Red had some biker mice when we were there.
He did. I saw some of them.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, Marsha called it out. She's like, "Did you get your biker mice?"
He's got multiples, like maybe 5, 6 of the figures in pretty good condition, actually.
Oh yeah.
Did he have any Sectars?
I did not see Sectars.
I can't remember.
The Geek found a Hive. There was a Hive playset that I pointed out in one of his videos recently, and I'm trying to end some really nice Brave Star too at one of the last shops he was at that I want to track down from that store. I'm tempted to drive down there.
So Red Knock Ronson, we discussed this earlier. This was probably, I don't know, maybe an hour ago in the stream. We are all a little concerned of the Rat King render. So you are not alone in that.
So diplomatic.
I mean, at least one head sculpt they should make look like the toy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not. That's a great point you make, Dan. Is I'm never against them giving a head sculpts that's kind of their own design, but I like, Ron said it earlier in the stream. This toy line is based on the original Playmates Toys toy line. That's what makes it so cool. That's why we gravitate to it. So if they're going to make the toy, it's got to look like the original Playmates toy. That's why I'm buying them.
Yeah.
It's
not like ZJD. Maybe one ZJD head sculpt, and then
right. Yeah. Exactly.
And then please give us a classic one as well. Yeah.
Yep. That's right. So the Ramen Silverhawks did look very good, and they were. I cannot wait to see these new Silverhawks in hand. I've actually not watched any review of the Silverhawks. I've seen a review of the Monstar with the throne, not the obviously him and his powered down version. What's your thoughts, Dan, as far as just in package look? What's your thoughts there?
Well, and there's not a lot of people that actually even know what the Silverhawks are.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as big as the Thundercats and the He-Man, but this was one of my favorite shows was the Silverhawks. I like the way they look. I think they look good.
Okay.
They were concerned that they weren't silver enough.
Mm-hmm.
But
do they have any shine?
Doesn't.
Any shine to them at all? I mean, does the light reflect in any way at all, or is it just really a matte paint?
It's matte.
Yeah.
It's matte, but I'm all right with it. I'm happy because I didn't like the chrome look of the original toys.
Yep.
Especially with the fact that any of them you see right now are flaky.
Yeah.
So I'm good with this.
Yeah. Yeah. The vac metal, it's tough to make it hold up. However, in collections like ours where it goes up on a shelf and it poses and look pretty, vac metal is going to last a while. It's going to last longer than we're around. But yeah, with us as kids, I mean, we were beating those things against everything, beating them against each other. It didn't hold up super well.
Back metal, Star Wars Retro, 3PO and R2.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I think we've covered as much as we can cover. We typically try to keep these things at 2 hours. We're at a little over 2 hours. So let's run down through. I want to hear what everybody's. Again, keep dropping those comments in the comment section. What was your favorite reveal of the last 2 weeks or so from any line out there? But obviously, we've covered most of it. Zach Jack Dan, what's your number one?
Mondo Trapjaw.
Mondo Trapjaw. JB.
Joe's.
Just Joe's.
Just in general. It's the nostalgia just like
absolutely. That to me, that may have been their best overall reveal. They've had some good figures here and there, obviously throughout the whole thing, but just it was like every figure was almost like a must buy.
It was one right after another. Yeah, it was relentless. Boom, boom, boom. Here it keeps going.
Everybody's wallets were just screaming for that entire live stream. Ron, what's your number one?
I'd say Super 7 D&D.
Okay.
Really looking forward to that Afridi figure. I have a numbered art piece from Matt Cavato. It's a fantasy artist, pretty well-known fantasy artist that I'm going to probably leave carded and put next to it. So I was pretty excited to see that.
Yep. And Fantastic?
As one piece, definitely the 89 Batmobile, but for me, just all the DC McFarland reveals I thought were tremendous.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm going to say, there you go. There's the Super 7 Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, man. Love it.
I'm going to say, for me, it was Batmobile and the Steel figure. Steel is like one of my top 5 DC characters, which is weird, I'm sure. But he has just always been one of my guys. And seeing him getting some McFarlane love. And I like the fact that he is Reign of Superman Steel. They didn't do something different. One thing I did notice, Fantastic, I mean, you've talked about this. McFarlane did like the Superboy. And it's a cool looking Superboy.
It's a cool looking Superboy, and it's almost comic accurate, and not exactly.
But here's the thing. It was not Reign of Superman Superboy. No. Whereas Steel is Reign of Superman Steel. So I'm wondering if maybe that Superboy is just the prequel to the Reign of Superman Superboy. We'll get him.
At this point, as far as all those Supermans are concerned, the only one they haven't done at all was the Eradicator.
Yeah, which they did an Eradicator. It just didn't look really like the one.
I like him.
No, I'm sorry. Cyborg Superman.
Yeah, Cyborg.
Yes.
They've not went that path yet.
Yeah.
But you would have to imagine he's coming sooner rather than later. So
yeah. Cyborg is Superman is like one of the hardest figures to track down.
What is JB showing?
That is Diamond Select version of the puppets.
It's Dr. Teeth Electric Mayhem. The Super 7 reactions coming out with the figures. I'm probably going to skip them just because these are
way better. Yeah, I love those.
But those look good. That one. I like that. I like the card and everything. But yeah, Dr. Teeth Electric Mayhem. Check him out.
I find it interesting that Dr. Teeth gets his keyboard here, but Animal doesn't get his drums. Just the sticks.
Jeff, you make a great point. Mafex does need to release their Superboy, so that's and Eradicator. Mafex. Me and Fantastic both just almost wet ourselves every time.
As soon as they release one of those Reign of Superman.
Oh man, we're texting each other, we're shooting each other screenshots. We get so excited.
Dude, we almost do it simultaneously.
We do. The second we get that alert from Big Bad that something's up for pre-order.
Did you ever get your Cyborg Superman?
Still have it. It shows that he's due first. It says first or second quarter on Big Bad Toy Store. So I have.
That is so weird that you haven't gotten yours yet. I got mine like 2 months ago.
I know, but in general, the community, there's still a ton of people waiting on it. So it's kind of like what they did to me with the Azrael Batman from Nightfall. You got yours like 5-6 months before I got mine, and then finally BBTS filled the order for it. So I don't know why that is. Maybe they do it by age. They
figure, hey, I might drop dead any moment.
You're most likely going first. Just get this guy this figure. Best Nightfall figure ever. Please send it to the man.
Right,
man.
That's right.
See, Fantastic. See how they do that to us?
Hey, listen, I'm the oldest of the group here, so
yeah,
right.
Not by much. Remember that.
Not by much, but I still am.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a grandfather. So.
Real quick, Geek, you're coming in on the tail end of this, and I don't know how much you saw. I don't know how much you saw of the reveals, but what was your favorite reveal of the last 2 weeks from any company?
I didn't have any.
Didn't have any. Okay.
No, I really
Nice
didn't.
to
I
meet
didn't see anything that really stood out to me.
Gotcha. All right. Well, guys,
I mean,
that
the new Turtles figures look nice, but I'm probably not going to get them. But I mean, they look pretty good, but just not my thing. But they, from a design standpoint, they do look well made.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, so obviously in the comments, we greatly appreciate every one of you guys coming and hanging out with us. We love the interaction. You guys were solid in the comments. Tons of awesome comments. Tons of great questions, as always. So always bring those. We're going to continue to try to get these in at least once a month. We may, going forward, we've got some different guests that we would like to have into some of the live streams. So we may have guests here and there as far as these are concerned. So we'll see how that goes as we continue moving. But every one of these guys here, Zach Jack Dan, JB's Toy Trunk, Century TMC, Mr. Fantastic, Jersey Geek, we've all got channels. I'll try to remember, if one of you guys help me remember, I'll go and drop channel links for all you guys into the description of the live stream as well. But you guys can find each one of these guys by their name. So if you see their name there on the live stream, you can actually type that into YouTube and it will come up. So I think that's all we got. Has anybody got any final words? Does anybody want to jump in and say any final words before we close this thing out?
Even though I had to cut out a little early, it's always good to see everybody in the chat, everybody showing up. It's becoming like we're starting to get our own group of people that are coming out that are regulars, and then every so often we see one or two new people coming in. So it's always good to interact with everybody and meet everybody as new.
Absolutely.
Just go out there, have fun, and enjoy it. This
There
is
you go.
great. Love it.
Be positive.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Look at
Thank you.
ZJ.
Thank you.
Look at
Oh man,
Matt Ballmer getting a little love in the comments here.
man, there you go.
Matt Balmer, Rat King, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Beauty King.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
man.
Hey, everyone have a fantastic night. Until next time, see you later.
Be good.
All right,
You
guys.
guys.